Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. Now, over the last few years, I've become a big fan of 360 cameras like this. This being the new Insta360 X4 because it gives you so much more creative freedom when you are filming your bike adventures, bike packing or mountain bike riding or going racing. Because the real beauty is rather than a single lens, you have two lenses and means you can just mount it to the camera or your body or helmet and then worry about the actual composition of the shot afterwards when you get home via the smartphone app or the desktop program, and gives you way more flexibility to edit the shots the way you want, and means you can capture what's happening in front of you and behind you all at the same time as well, and just makes producing videos much easier, whether for YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is. So I'm a big fan, but one of the challenges has been mounting the camera to the bike in a safe, secure and reliable way. Until now, thanks to Insta360, the sponsor of today's video, they finally cracked the problem with a brand new bike computer mount, and here it is. And this clever and simple piece of kit has completely transformed how I film my bike rides. Now, many top-end race bikes and gravel bikes have a one-piece carbon fiber handlebar, which is great for aerodynamics and clean looks, but is an issue for mounting any sort of accessory too, whether lights or computers or a 360 camera. But many handlebars have two bolts underneath for a mount like this to go onto. Two bolts go through the mount into the handlebar, and hey presto, you have your Garmin or Wahoo mount, and many give you the option for that GoPro style adapter. So it works kind of well, but what Insta360 have done is taken it to the next level, and here is a brand new bike computer mount. So we have two slots for mounting to the handlebar via two bolts, plenty of range of adjustment for and aft there as well. Then we have your mount for a Garmin or Wahoo or other computer with two bolts to remove and fit the one you need. And then we have this, the real USP. This is where the X4 goes on top, or on front, shall I say. Simply wind it on, and then we have the turn dial here to adjust the angle of the camera just as you need it, whether, say it's on handlebar like that, whether you want it like that, or like that. So simply use that dial to tighten it just where you need it, and that is the mount. We also have an optional GoPro style mount down there as well, so you could fit another camera or fit that camera to there instead, or fit a light bracket if you're doing commuting, riding in the dark, because you could have this just on when you want it, and then for your normal rides you have that on your bike with a Garmin or Wahoo and your light down there, and occasionally maybe have that in your pocket, just slap it on there for filming that amazing descent or mountain KOM, and off you go. And I've been using this setup for a while now, and it works extremely well. It's lightweight because it's made from aluminium. It all feels really nice and well made too, and it's pretty durable so far in my testing. Now, despite the X4 being a fairly hefty camera and with a big computer like a Garmin Edge 1050 on top, it doesn't bounce around during normal road riding speeds, 30–45 km an hour. The company claims it can support up to 500 grams of weight on there, so quite a bit, and handle speeds up to 60 kph. But I've hit over 80 so far and it held up just fine. I've even used it on the gravel bike as well, and while it can bounce a little on rougher terrain, I hit a root or a rock, and the company doesn't recommend it for bumpy roads, so probably doesn't recommend it for gravel either. So far it hasn't come loose, but does get a bit bouncy at high speeds and over rough terrain, but I've been using it on a gravel bike so far. I think for smooth gravel, dirt roads it's fine, but you are cantilevering quite a bit of weight just on two bolts there. I'm not really sure what the weight limit on the two bolts on a carbon handlebar and stem is. I have contacted a few companies to find out, but I haven't yet had an answer before filming this video. So for smooth roads and riding at modest speeds, it's fine. The only downside is if your bike doesn't have the 2-bolt system like the new Canyon Aero, which has their own gear groove with 1 bolt underneath, so you can't use it on that bike for obvious reasons. But the company does also offer a version that bolts onto a stem faceplate. I haven't tried that yet, but here's a picture of how that one looks. So if you don't have a one-piece handlebar, you can get that version instead. Then, for filming behind you and getting amazing following drone style shots is this new third-person bike tail kit. So, 2 parts. One is a simple rail mount like this, which you attach to the rails of the saddle and means you can fit any camera like the X4 or the Ace Pro here, which you attach below. And I've used this in a recent event and you get some amazing shots. Have that on your friend's bike and you're following behind, get a real nice sort of tracking camera, and that really shows what you're doing on the bike and how fast it is, and that's a really nice angle. And the only downside is the mud being sprayed up from the rear wheel onto the lens. And if you're wondering what the fluffy stuff on the camera is, those are dead cats to go over the microphones, which there are 3 of on the camera. So when I'm filming, vlogging, not getting all that horrible wind noise, and it cuts the wind noise right down, it means I can film and vlog without using an external microphone. So a nice simple solution. You buy these on Amazon, I'll put a link down below. They simply stick on. I know you look a bit silly, but give you that option to film with no external microphone and not get annoying wind noise, which can just ruin, bad audio can ruin any video very easily. So that's one part of the system. The other part is a bracket that bolts onto the seat post and allows you to brace a selfie stick between the seat post and the saddle rails and then fully extend it to get a fake drone effect. Now, drones are amazing, but they are expensive and they can be crashed, just like Ben Delaney. So it is much simpler to film yourself, get that sort of fake drone shot with just a selfie stick attached to the bike. Now, fitting this to the bike is a bit more complex than the out front mount, but if you want to get that sort of fake drone shot, it's a way to go. So there we go, a couple of very useful new mounts to fully unleash the potential of the cameras. And it's good to see Insta360 releasing new products to meet the needs of us cyclists and allow us to use these cameras more easily when we are filming and riding and capturing all that action for YouTube and other social media platforms. For full disclosure, Insta360 do support the channel, so make of that what you will, but everything I said is my own opinion, not told what to say. I share my own opinions and thoughts on these products, but most of the videos I film here on Just Ride Bikes, when I'm reviewing bikes, I filmed on the 2 cameras here, and they allow me to capture action in a way that was inconceivable 5 or 10 years ago, and really make it much easier and much more fun to capture amazing bike video. The Ace Pro and the X4. I'll put links to the cameras and the new mounts down below in the description. If you use those links, I may earn a small affiliate fee which helps support the channel. And if you want to see a review of the new X4, I'll put a link to that down below, and it should be floating around on the screen right here somewhere as well. And of course, if you enjoy the content, want more videos like this on a regular basis, then make sure to hit that subscribe button right there. But that's all for today. I'll see you again very soon. Thank you so much for watching.